this is how we've always done it before, but nothing shows up in that top little window where usually we can see it. Check. Yeah, it's got the OBS is working just fine. It's not getting the data. I don't know what to do. Before, let's see. That's the old. Now the stream key is the old one. I don't know if that matters.
Well,
that's the old one. Remember in settings we changed it. Stream key.
Let me see if I can go live real quick and see what the fuck happens.
I think we can't have this stream.
Ethan's watching, so we're live right now, but...
Oh, we actually are live, Ethan?
Yeah, but...
Man, we cannot figure this out. We got a new...
we got 4... Hey, I mean, if it... Go ahead and take off your...
I got nothing to take off. If I take off the disclaimer...
Take out the disclaimer and see, and if so, then just start doing your thing.
I can see the chart just fine in OBS, but I don't know if the guys streaming can see it.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm about to... Just what I'm about to check on. I think you're good because people are commenting.
No shit, they can see it? Because I can't see it on YouTube.
I'll send you a link.
I don't need to see it as long as they can see it. That's all. We're good.
Yeah, I see Grant's pic. I see his thing right now, so I'm going to change the name of this.
Okay. Somebody who's on this, Ethan, just say something in the chat because I don't know if that's working or not as well. What a bumpy start to a Monday.
I can see the chart. Yeah. So
I just posted in the chat. I don't know if we're getting their chat. This is really.
Are you up next to your mic? Because you're really low.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, now I can. Oh fuck.
Because you're really low to me even.
Yeah, I mean, what the fuck can I do? Mic audio is all the way up. I mean, all the way up.
So click that link I just sent you.
Say again?
Click the link I just sent you in Discord.
Yeah.
And see what that shows you. Because on this, I see what you're trying to see.
Low to you, so whatever's happening, they're not seeing what I just posted in the chat. Oh, okay. So that's what the fuck is going on? That's what I normally see, right? And then it's up in the top left corner. So whatever that is, whatever you got there, that's what I normally see. That link you just sent.
Well, so then you're good to go. So I'm going to hang up on Discord.
This other one. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to pull this one up here so I can see it. Jesus, what a cluster F, guys. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so I'm going to stop talking on Discord and go back to Zoom, and hopefully we're good.
Okay, so we're good. All right. Jesus Christ, guys. What a pain. Well, that's not the smooth start to a live stream we'd hope for. So, guys, we apologize. YouTube did some sort of an
You'll just need to unmute me or unmute. There you go.
Okay. All right. So I'm just letting the guys know what some YouTube did an update here that kind of we use OBS to send the data, to send the feed to YouTube. It's always worked beautifully. Only just got the note. Okay, so Victor just got it. Okay, sounds like he's outside talking. So see, there's something they fucked up all of our settings. I've got the mic. Jesus, what else do I have on mic? I have.
So on OBS at the bottom where you've got the audio mixer.
Yeah.
Where is your line?
To the right. Mic audio is pinned to the right.
Okay.
I could do desktop audio. No, that's just going to be what I'm going to hear. That is weird. My mic actually has volume on it. Is that?
Oh, yeah, that got a lot louder. So
it just got a lot louder there.
Yeah.
Check. That's better.
Yeah, it's a lot louder. Let's see if you blow them out of the water.
Check. Oh yeah, fuck. I can see it pinning red. Check. Yeah. That better?
So you'll want it. you'll want it to just barely
Yeah,
hit the end
yeah,
of
I
the
see
red.
it. It's just barely going red. I got it.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's better.
All right. Fucking hey, what a. You're supposed to be smooth. You guys don't get any of the behind the scenes. It's supposed to be, oh my God, these guys are so professional and together. My God. Well, that's not what you're getting. All right,
Bunch of monkeys behind a curtain.
Jesus, very nice. So the sound's better. Thanks, guys. All right, holy shit, what a fucking bumpy start here. All right, well, I'm worked up a sweat. Hang on. I hope there's a way we can edit that so that that's not the beginning of the live stream. Is 10 minutes of us trying to figure out what the fuck we're doing. Okay, guys, let me regroup here. All right. Okay. Reset. All right. Appreciate you guys being here. Professional clowns is exactly right. Rodeo clowns. Okay, so let me get it together here. So let me go back to my list here. So I'm starting out Grant F, right? This, at least Grant makes it easy for me to start here because I don't have to do anything on his charts or make it a comment. Now, Grant did mention, right, because of course, you guys know on Sunday afternoon, early evening, and I had to goose them a couple of times to get me enough content. We asked the guys to post up, and Grant makes the note here that he has nothing because he has a huge watch list because he's always scanning for harmonics. Nothing that's ripe, but a couple of things that are setting up that are very much, would be on that B. It's not ripe yet, but it's a green banana you want to pay attention to. Lam Research, this is one he's posted several times here, as I recall. Okay, right. I mean, this is right out of the TDU playbook. What Grant adds the accent of a harmonic here, and this is a damn near to the tick harmonic. Now, what's interesting here is you'll note here, this is a good example of the difference between support and resistance and supply and demand. So this area here in the golden zone, clearly, it's always just that. It's just potential support, right? Prior resistance becomes the support. Not a demand zone. The demand zone would be if you had, oh shit, would you have? Yeah, I guess you would have one right here. You got a demand zone down there, and you'd have one, oh God. Oh, I can't edit these. So you have the demand zone here because I didn't make a copy because this doesn't need much commentary. So really, this is just a hurry up and wait. You've got this beautiful pattern that drops right into a golden zone. We can see the reaction, right? We don't have to wonder what happened here. We know that's an algo firing. So up it goes in a beautiful 5. So now you're just sitting, okay, I'll wait for this to retrace. Now, we don't, of course, you don't know that top is in. But as it sits right now, really, you could look at that as a short, right? If you're a counter puncher, you're coming. See, we're going from potential support here, right? Ends up being the support, and here's the potential resistance right here, right? It was support, resistance, right? Resistance again. Is that enough for a trade? That's why, right? I mean, clearly the short-term trend is up. You've got a perfectly technical pivot here. Why take the risk, right? There's just no reason to do it. You want to wait for this to retrace. So that's something to, assuming you're an equity trader, wouldn't matter what it was, right? Just tee it up, right? So if you have watch lists that you keep crypto, equities, futures, FX, whatever, however you organize your categories of assets, well, this would just go right to the top of the list and say, okay, I'll check this. Or even easier, I'd put an alert right on this pivot, right? So if we come down to tap that, touch it. Can I actually do it here? If I don't, I think I can, right? So we come right here and tap that, heads up, I want to know about it. Simple. I mean, that's an easy trade. You could take that with an option if you wanted to. Right? You're just buying right at the money. If you break the golden zone, you get out, right? That'd be a small loser. Always with options, remember the tendency, the temptation is to overstay and go, well, let's give it a little more time. Right? Always, that's a mistake. Market will punish it. So I got that one. Then I got Grant gives me ASML. I'm going to guess probably very little I would need to do here. I'm guessing I'm going to see almost the exact same thing. All right, guys. All right, guys. Welcome to the shit show. Yeah, that's... You're right, James. Okay, ASML holding New York Registry shares. Is that NV? I don't know what that is. Let's see what I got here. Right, the exact same thing. Or do you see the consistency? I always make a point of emphasizing that with Grant's work. Right, it's so consistent. I don't even have to wonder what I'm going to see before I bring up the chart. So again, very technical pivot. The confluence here being obviously right. So okay, we can look at it here. Prior resistance. Right, it's always just potential becomes the support. We come out of a golden zone. Oh, what are we pulling from? The start of the impulse. All right, if that's a 2, I mean that's the high risk trade. You're trying to catch the falling knife here. Now, if you were ever going to do it, right? If there's ever a place to do it, golden zone is clearly the place you would do it. Oh, it looks like you probably had. That looks like 100%. That looks like A to B equals C to D. Just out of curiosity. Just missed. All right, if I've got that pivot. Oh, it won't let me move it. Right, so we're within a few ticks here of a perfect. That's a classic measured move, right? Length of the A projected from the B equals the C. Right, so you get that. So same thing, right? You're just sitting down here going, okay, retrace, right? Gets on my B watch list, right? My green bananas. Comes down here. Interested. Right, easy stuff with Grant, right? He just lays it out for you, so you don't even have to wonder. Okay, if it gets down here, so you might take a bite at the 50, like a little appetizer size. You got your full entree at the 618 at the golden zone. So if you get down here, average it together. Still could do the same thing with options if you prefer, if you don't want to live with this for, God knows how long, right? So what are we talking? I mean, you could be in that for a year, right? So if you don't want to sit for that long, right? Maybe you buy. Careful about buying options with less than 90 days for something like this, right? If you're working out even a 4-hour here, because the time decay will hurt you so badly, right? Now the trade-off, right, to avoid that time decay, you got to pay for it, right? You pay for time. I mean, the other thought is just trade the asset, or another thought here, you could always just sell a put spread. So underneath the golden zone, so if it comes down a little lower, on the assumption that this is your pivot. So you could sell a put spread here, so you sell one closer to the money and buy the other one, or maybe you need to go two strikes away. Ideally, you can do it within 2 strikes. You don't want to go too far, right? Then you're increasing the risk. So you sell one that's near the pivot, then buy another one to hedge it. Now you get a credit spread. Now, if you want to get sexy, what you can do is sell that put spread and then use that to buy the call. Right, and if the call rallies, right, if you get a rally here, then you can sell the call to offset the right. There's lots of things you can do with options there, but just pure TA for just the pure technical look at what we've got here. I mean, why would you not? Right, it's perfect setup. Thanks for those, Grant. Okay, I got George giving me. Looks like he's done some real work here on Bitcoin. So let's go over. Hang on. All right, George. Looks like he's down. What is he on here? Oh, shit. Uh-oh, George. What happened here? Let me try that again. This is what you gave me. Shit, man. You gave me the wrong. Well, let's see if I can do it. You know what, George? If you're watching, and you might be, I need you to repost that because all I've got is your picture. I didn't get a... I see you've done some work here, so I want to go through this for you. This is all I can see, right? I don't have an actual link to it, but
you set it for me. He may have just changed it.
Did it? Because I'm grabbing that link. You got it with it where it ends in K9. It wouldn't.
Yes.
Huh? I'm posting it. I'm not getting it. Oh, now I got it. Wow, that's weird. Maybe he tweaked it. Oh, he did, right? He just edited it. Okay, so that explains it. Okay, so now, okay, right? So this, all right, I'll show you something here. Let's take a look here. Just as in general, just general commentary, Elliott Wave, it always is going to play better on higher time frames, right? It just always will, right? You're going to have, we don't need here on a 15-minute. Now, note what I just did. On a 15-minute, I don't need to be in log scale, which if I'm doing analysis, I always prefer to be out of log scale. Now, when you do it down here, well, this is a good exercise, right? So this is an Elliott workout, right? You're coming into the gym here to say, okay, well, how many reps can I do? right? This is definitely flexing some muscle here. But to be perfectly honest, I rarely, unless I'm confirming a count, I rarely, if ever, do any analysis on a 15-minute because it's just so squirrely, right? You're changing it all the time. I like Elliott 60-minute and above. But since we have this here, and he's clearly put in a shitload of work. Now, see, George is someone who really is, he's really committed to learning this. So he experiments a lot, right? He sends me sometimes, God, I mean, he's been a member for well over a year. So in the beginning, he would send me stuff that was just absolutely wacky, and I would just kind of kick it back to him, say, let's try that again. But he stayed with it here. So now look at all that work he's put into this. Okay, so hide folders to unclutter chart. I have a bullish count, but the RSI is above 70. All right, let's take a look. Well, that's not necessarily a reason not to take the trade, but it may not be. See, when it's already up here, now we've coiled back, right? Now that's too late, but it can sustain for a length of time. It can hold. Well, it probably wouldn't on a 15, but on higher time frames. Really where the meat, if you're going to get a trend from the 50 to the 70 is where you're going to get the biggest push from it, right? You can kind of see it here. When we push from 50, that's RSI is often so consistently misinterpreted. The 50 is more important than the 70 and the 30, or the whatever he's got here, 70 and 30, right? It's the 50 that matters, right? It's the push from 50 to 70, and then do we sustain over there? So let's see if I can get in sync with what he's got here. Holy shit, this is a lot. I appreciate the effort here. Okay, so can we, how are we doing this? Okay, so here's our absolute low. Here's our last low. All right, if someone sent me this is how I would try and pick it apart. Okay, so I got a candidate here for a 1. I'm just going to put that in white so I can see it a little bit better. Okay, so 1, 2. All right, well, right off the bat, that's a pretty big spread between a 1 and a 2, right? Where did you want the 2, right? You wanted it here, right? We push it over here. Okay, right? So what that means is that your 4 is going to have to be comparable. So let me just start going up a little bit in time, see if we can get a better grip on where we are. Okay, I'm going to push that off a little bit as well. We know it's Bitcoin, so I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, so 1, 2, right? That's not unreasonable. We'd have to do it through. Okay, well, this is good work. So he's got a flat here. So we're going 3, 3, 5. So he's got an expanded B wave in a running flat because this is a slight truncation here from the A, right? So he's got a running flat. This is all nicely done, right? He's got all of his channeling nicely done. Okay, we come out of the chute here. We're going. So we got a leading diag here. 1, 2. Boy, he squeezed it in there. Good job, right? He did actually. So he's got an impulse here. 1, 2. How's he doing that? Well, I don't know that it matters. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gives us the 1, 2, 3. Well, this is that little pump wick. Okay, so we've got. Let's get this over here. Okay, so we go A, B, C. Again, we kind of truncate here, which is a little. When it's moving. Would I do it that way? Well, I think he kind of has to. So to come out of this is the 4. You're going to have to dig the 1, 2 out of this. 3, 4, 5 gives us the 1. Okay, so we've gone 1. Shit, I can't even get to it. 1, 2. Now that's just to keep mindful of how much time that is. Let's do it that way. Now let me go to an hourly. See if we can make that fit. 1, 2, 1, 2. Little sloppy on the golden zone, but not. I mean, that looks like they stayed with it. Well, here's the. We see this more and more. Where do we get a close below? Yeah, we do. All right, so that's just one of those. That's just out of curiosity. No, you locked it. You locked it. Let me unlock it. That's what the algo is going to do, right? It's just going to go back. So the algo does not care about this. All it's going to see is this. The dominant, right? The last low to the swing high. That's what it's going to see, right? Because it'll get stopped out on the first one. So it's stopped out here, but it'll be back, and if it fits, then they'll go again. Right? Sorry. So he's got it right here. We're just again going back. Remember, this was truncation here. So you might even look at that as there's potentially you got an alternate here. 1, 2. Fuck. Can you do this again? 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, you probably can, right? So thus, because you'd be reluctant to say, wait a minute. If that's breaking there, something I'm uncomfortable with it. So if you can find it, back a pivot. Okay, well now we can rest a little easier. So a possible alternate here would be 1, 2, 1, 2, because you can probably work that as it's shitty. This plays better as a 5. I will acknowledge that certainly. So his analysis here, I'm not saying that it's incorrect. I'm just looking for this kind of a tell. Okay, so coming off of the shoot here at the golden zone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing wrong with that. What are we doing there? We're going up for the 5 there. Okay, so we're going to get that as another 1. 1, 2, 3. Well, how are you doing that? If this is your... Oh, I guess you're doing it here. Okay, so this is the top of your 3. Okay, I got you. So we're going to go, oh, I see it. All right, so there's another level in here. So it's this one. Let's bring that up. Okay, so let's go to, man, you're down on the really tiny stuff. Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, triangle 4. This is really good work. George, you've been practicing. Okay, 1, 2, 3, triangle 4. Beautiful triangle, right? That's when you look at it and go, what the fuck? Oh, triangle. Right, up for the 5, into the 1. Let's get that a little brighter so we can see it. 1, 2. Yeah, the wick is that's manipulation right there. That's all that's happening. So 1, 2. I would be inclined to do the same. 1, 2. You can squeeze that in there. Yeah, I guess you can. I guess you're gonna. Here, we'll get rid of that. I agree with you. I'd ignore that wick. So you're gonna do it there. Kind of skinny. Now you did give me the 15 minutes, so if I take it back to what you gave me, I'm sure that works. Shit, where was I? Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that gives me an A. A, B, C into a, geez, this is really, goddamn, George, this is nice work. Okay, so A, B, C into a W. We're going to just go with an X here. A, B, C into an, we getting a 5 there? No, I think you're going to do a 3, 3, 5 into that C or that Y. This is tricky. Very tricky stuff here. Looks like you got another measured move here, right? This is just all, so why do this? Because I'm just confirming here, right? And I didn't get to target. Right, so that algo, even though it got all this nice move here, right, it stopped out right there. Right, just it's a little bit of a tell, right? If it doesn't get to target, okay, something else is happening. So who's going to take over? Buy side. All right, not a close below, right? So sell side doesn't get target, buy side takes over, gets target, gets second target. 1, 2. Okay, it's ugly down here on the 15 minute. It's usually going to be ugly down here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This looks like, Jesus, these are tiny. Let's get those a little bigger so I can see them. Oh man, you're on like the minuscule. Come here. Ah, fuck. Come here. Why am I not getting degree there? Did you draw these? What the hell? Oh, you did. That's why I'm not getting the degree. That's why they're so fucking small. Okay, so you went down. You got so low here, you had nothing left to go to. So you drew these in. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 3. That's interesting. Okay, that's telling you you're down too small. Take everything up a degree, so you can use the actual. You know what I mean, right? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're looking for the 3, 4, 5 of the 3. I think that's your actual. Now I'm in degrees I can work with here. So 1, 2, 3. That's going to be a pretty big rip. Looks like you're going for 2618 there. 200, right? If you get that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing says it has to stop there. You're going for a big push there. 4. Looking for the 5. So this is going to float over. That would be your 1. personally, I hate that thing on. Okay. All right, so what do we got here? We've got, does not look golden, but I've got, I'm in the pocket here, so I've got a, here, I'm just going to do it. What do I have there? Let's do just a measure move. So we're in between the 50 and the golden. So I don't have a golden, but I have a corner pocket. So here his corner pocket is, oh, let's go. Okay, so we can see it a little bit better. So he's got big targets up here is what he's after. So off of the 1, 2. So, okay, so we can put a few things together here. So we've got multiple goldens, although I think this one is already hit, right? So if we go here to here, nope, missed. All right, so we don't have a hit. I think oh yeah, we do have a hit. There it is. Yeah, we do. All right, so this one gets it right there. All right, so there's your 80% burned off of that one. So you could, while this, I don't know if it's my chart, I don't know that I would take it off. I would just hide it because it may come back into play up here. So one here, I'll just do that. All right, we'll just hide that. This one's still active, right? We don't have our 80% there yet. No reason to think you're not going to get it. Let's get that. Oh, fuck, come here. Oh, it's locked. Okay, so here we are. Here's the pocket that we're in. Look, you can see the imbalance here, right? Oh, fuck. Let's just get rid of you. You see the imbalance here as we went up so fast, right? So there's no time for anybody to get filled, right? So you can reasonably assume there's going to be unfilled orders in the book, right? So we come back to it. That's why so essentially a fair value gap. That's why that's an area of interest, right? It's a double-edged sword, really. There's no support there per se, per the market stalling there. But so you're really counting on the fact that traders didn't all get the fill that they wanted, right? And so, I mean, if you use, who's got the best book, Money? Trading Light, theirs is pretty good, right? For the price that they offer, that's a pretty good book. So you can look in the order book and just see what's still sitting there. Do we have a Trading Light on our list? We should. It's a pretty good program. It's dirt cheap, boy, and they do a nice job with it. Okay, so here I'm digressing again. Let me get rid of this. Okay, so this is the bull count in great detail, right? So round of applause for putting the effort in. I don't know that I would have done that. This to come down to the 15 and get every swing, like I said, that's an Elliott workout, right? But he's nailed it, right? This is okay. You know what you see here? This is someone who's really working on his Elliott craft. That's what I see here. And he's been at this for some time. And he's an engineer, so he's a smart guy. So sometimes they're the last ones to get it, right? Because they're trying to figure out a better way to do it. But this is great work, George. I really appreciate what you're doing here.
Hey, he did ask a question. Because the RSI is on above 70 on the 4-hour, is it possible that the pump up is an X of a large WXY? Well,
of course, fuck, it's possible, yeah. But this one that you've drawn in here, I guess we'll just leave here. I guess I can't get him out of here. Is it possible? Well, yeah, fuck, right? Of course it's possible. Because this is, we've yet to get a really solid, we've yet to get a 3, right? We've got a series of 1s. We don't get a 3, right? It's kind of what I was joking around with on Friday's video, right? We need an impulse. Somebody give me an impulse to coming out of a 3, because I'm just getting lots of funky 1s. Now I get a 3 here. I get an impulse, right? I've got 1, 2, but I don't have any 3s. So it's either some sort of, oh fuck. Let's go over here, right? So look at it here, right? So we're just in this upsloping channel. Now we're coming into, right, again, here's another example, just as we were kind of looking, right? So here's imbalance here. And just pull that over, right? You can understand why there was no move so fast, no business done there, right? So are there unfilled orders in the book, right? Well, that's again, Trading Light or whatever you use to get access to an order book for crypto, I'd be looking there. But what could it be a, fuck, how are you going to do it? Oh, it'd be some sort of, we're not going to really know until we get maybe something like that. She could actually be a double. I don't like to turn that. If I can avoid it, I don't. These are force fits to me, right, to do that, right? It's only if the market literally forces you to do it. I don't want to do that. I want to do that. I want to say, okay, that's an A. All right, so these swings, see, this is the downside. You get down to something like a 15-minute, and you can talk yourself into that as a 3. Is that a 3? Well, maybe, right? So George has got it as a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So it's, sometimes we complicate it. We make it worse for ourselves. I just put a regression channel on that. All right, so I got 2 standard deviations. This is a this is one self-contained move, right? So even just that's pretty tight, right? 2 standard deviations on either side, and we can't break that just to get a correction. I can't get outside of it to get a good 3. I think you got to be careful about that, right? That can come back to bite you in the ass because you're trying to accommodate what you want to see. Oh, fuck, I need that to be a 3 because then it fits the rest of my count. So I'm just going to squish it in there. That's where Elliott can get you into trouble. Then you're back to, fuck, this Elliott shit doesn't work. Right, but really, was it the plane of the pilot? Right, careful of that. Right, there's no reason to do that. Really, you can just look at this. Okay, yeah, we got a little bump here, but is that it? Is that a 3? Sure looks like a 3. This looks like a 3. Right, we've got big swings here. This does not. This does not. This looks like really like just a choppy 5. So what are you doing with that? Same kind of thing here, right? This is where you get where I don't have confidence in it, right? Is that really a 3? Am I going to go WXY? Well, it depends where I'm putting that in, right? If I was trying to make this into a diagonal, I can't have a WXY there. So, okay, what are the other choices? So what we don't know what this is. Really, right? What's making it worse, right, is taking so much time relative, and worse is maybe not the right way to say it. What's making it harder to have any conviction on is it's taking so much fucking time, right? So compared to all of this, all we see here is just higher highs and higher lows. Until that changes, I don't know that I'd be jumping on any idea to go short, but I don't have a great looking sequence here to say, game on for longs. Now, right, so that said, are there little swing trades in here? Sure. Well, we just looked at them. Right, we just looked at, this is the one I got to go back, right? We just looked at this one. Although I think it varies from exchange to exchange. There's a few exchanges where that holds, right? So this, here, what am I on Binance? What did George give me? Bitstamp, right? So just note that, right? It can vary from exchange to exchange, right? So on Binance here, we hold the golden zone. Up we go. All right, so that's something to check, right? If you get a slight break. Now, some people will tell you a break's a break, right? So if it breaks on Bitstamp, it doesn't matter if it held on Binance. I'm not so sure I buy that. It depends what you're trading, right? So if I'm trading on Binance and I see that hold and I see that rip, okay, I'm not worried about the fact that it broke by 2 ticks on Bitstamp. What am I worried about? Do I get my golden corner? That's what I'm thinking about. Do I get it? Oh, I don't want that. I want that. Okay, right. I'm probably off. I just have cunt hair on that, but that's technically. Do I have it there? I may not. Let's see. I get right on it. Whew, that's close. Now, you could look at that and say, is that close enough? I'd feel better if it got it, right? Because failure to, right, trading principle number 4, right? Ethan T knows that well. He's built trading plans around it. Failure to get there equal to or greater. Right now, my view on Bitcoin is that you don't need to do much other than this is not a bad area to be accumulating. If you're comfortable parking, or I'd probably pull it up. If you're comfortable parking some money here. And I would approach it not with your trading capital, with your long-term holding capital. Not bad. We come into this range. I have, right? I mean, for again, not money, not in my I'm in and out trading capital. As in, if I'm gonna park some money in Bitcoin, if I can get it under 20, Something to think about. All right, I'm going too long here. Let me keep going off on that. I don't think we had. Now eventually we're going to be able to come back here and nail this down. Right now it's fucking who knows. But one thing I do know is the graph is pumping today, and I know two people that are happy about that. That would be James M. as well as myself. All right, what's going on with the graph? Why is it pumping today? I saw over on Mazzari, it was up 16.82%. Oh, that's a pretty good pump. Okay, so let's get, why is it up 16%? I got top left for graph here. Okay, bear with me, guys. All right, we're getting dialed in here. Okay, the channel master. God, this looks like LA freeways. Okay, so let's pull back here. That is quite a... Okay, so I'm on an 8 hour. All right, James, where the hell are we here? So we're going with... Oh, Jesus. Okay, so let's simplify. Okay, here's the simple view of it. WX, well, he did it for me. WXY, right? Okay, so there's the simple. Just out of curiosity, what did we do here? If that's the pivot, kind of 138, kind of in the pocket there. Again, just kind of curious to see how technical these are. Third just below. Okay, look at the intersection here. This literally is like where the 405 meets the 101. And the 110 cutting through. Here's the 110 for anyone who's lived in LA. Okay, so 3, 4, okay. Okay, I can get a 5 here that finishes. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2. This is last week, right? The question was, is this corrective, right? Because we had that sitting with that 3. Now you're kind of in the same boat here. I got higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, but I don't have a kicking 3 yet. Well, this looks technical. From a 50. So 1, 2 looks solid. So the 1, 2, 1, 2 seems reasonable, but it's kind of the same as Bitcoin, right? Where's my 3? I need that 3 so that I can lock in on what we've got here, right? Is this going to be a 3? All right, if we get that, then I'm starting to feel pretty good about, okay, the 1, 2. All right, where are we looking for that to go? Right, just same shit you guys have seen me do 1,000 times. Right, okay, so this 1, 2 we'd be pushing the other side of it here because we'd be looking beyond that. So it's possible you reconsider the count. But right now, there's no need to do it. 1, 2, 1, 2. We don't know how far we go in this 3 or if we even get a 3. Where's the traffic going to be? Well, you're going to have some pretty likely, you're going to have some traffic up here. Probably got an order block sitting right up here. That's the last. Oh, you're going to have one right here. So you're going to have a supply zone here as you kind of come in to this being, right? So the difference being here's supply, here's potential resistance, right? Just price resistance. Here's potential supply coming into the market. You'd have another one above it, right? You'd have multiples here if I were to put the, oh, does he even have it on here? Oh, he doesn't. All right, that's all right. Okay, so if we're going to come up here, and so likely if we get the rip, right? So big if we get the 3, you can kind of see the roadmap here, right? If we're going to go 3, 1, 2, up for a 3, 4, 5, we'd likely land right into that resistance up there. Now, how's that going to play relative to where we're headed? Looks like it might be a 50. So this is just an exercise, right? It's the same kind of thing you guys have seen me do many times. Okay, if we're coming from this, let's get this fucker out of there. Okay, well here's the last big major swing high, right? This is an intermediate, right? Here's the big range, right? This is the range we're looking at. Okay, are we correcting that? or are we impulsing beyond it? So this would be the swing high that would be important. Okay, so from this high to this low, we just mapped it out. Okay, right. If I'm going to come in here 3, 4, 5, and I've got a supply zone here. I've just got structural resistance here. I could probably fatten that up. I got structural resistance here. If I come in to the 3 here, God damn it, who's calling me? Is that a reasonable spot here to think, oh, 4, 5 to the golden zone? So you can kind of see that shaping up. Now, again, we don't have this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what you're after there. Now, do we get that? That's not bad looking. All right, we get that. Now it has all the right look, right? All the right substructure. We got everything in place down here. We got plenty of geometry here. So put this all back together. Look where we'd be ending up. At the golden zone, at the downsloping channel from these prior pivot highs. Now that's TA, right? You know, perfected in our mind's eye, right? Is it going to do that? Well, we don't know, right? There's certainly no reason it couldn't do that, right? I mean, that's what you're expecting. Oh, if I'm going to get a 3 here, 4 down here, we'll come into some of this structure. We'll come back to this lower channel. We'll pop that channel, and then we'll go up to the golden zone. Now you're going, oh, fuck, game on, right? Okay, what's next? Right now we're looking for a 2, and you know, things we get a massive trend change. This is the market attempting to correct, you know, come all the way back, right? That's what we're trying to do at some degree. Now, can it do that? Well, across crypto in general, right? They got to get this regulation. They got to quit talking about it. Fuck, how many years have they been talking about it? As long as I've been in the space, right? I mean, 5 years. Okay, hurry the fuck up, right? Let's get it done, right? So we can get this off, you know, so it's just like a big cloud that's hanging over crypto. Until we get that sorted out, you know, there's going to be swing structure here, but are we going to get the major trend change and booming bull market again? It seems like that's going to need to happen before we go full bullhorn. But this is really not. Do you see how everything kind of fits together with the way he's doing this? Right, now channels are his thing. That's meant that he's made that kind of his signature, right? He's going to be a channel guy, right? I mean, it's plenty of value to that. There's something to be said for taking one tool, like I did it with median lines. Take one tool and just master it, right? That's why you see it. That's why it looks like this, because he looks at this and he goes, oh, I see it clearly. It might take you a little time to get this all sorted out so you can see, like, well, one thing we can see here is this is one big intersection down here. Literally like freeways intersecting. So if we push out of this, the market is telling you something. Right, all this congestion down here, you know, really. Log jam, traffic jam. Let's get to where we can open it up a little bit. Okay, good stuff, James. All right, I got James. Here, let me go. Just if I'm short on content for the time here, I'll come back because I've done 2 Bitcoins. So let me go to your ETH. I'm sure your Bitcoin is good here, but since we just hammered it pretty hard, let me go to your ETH, which is on bottom left, since we haven't hit that yet. Let me make a copy here. Copy. All right, save. Okay. Bottom left. Okay, on a 2-hour. I just added some ETH to my long-term bags as well. Oh, okay. Same thing, right? Look at all the channeling that he's got here. So we're on a 2-hour. So let's get the broader structure here. Blue count versus white. Okay, so let's get. We're going to have to get down here to get into that blue. Oof, this is, we looked at this, right? I remember this. This is really tight here, but we don't overlap. So 1, 2, clearly a 5. We got to do it through a diag, right? So we get a slight overlap here. So we got to go A, B, well, 1, 2, A, B, C, A, B, C. The 4, fuck, what are we doing? Guess we're doing 4, right? You're just kind of stuck with it, just a free fall 4, just a waterfall A, B, C, right? So that little bit of a force fit there, but right, the broader structure makes sense, right? Just again, sometimes you're just not going to get the subdivision. What's the broader swing structure? What do I see? I see a 5 here, right? We could, Elliottians could dick around and, you know, argue about the subdivision here. That's a 5, right? Now, but here, right, is that a 3? How you doing that, right? It's a kind of a shitty one. Force fit? Feels like it. Looks like you'd want to go 4, just the same way George had it, 4, 5. So you could probably, I think this is how George had it, right? You could probably do the same thing, go 1, A, B, C into the 2, and not disrupt this count. In fact, I think that's how I have it, into 3, 4 here, and you're not disrupting the count, right? Now, what he's doing here, you got an extra internal impulse working, so that's valid. That's a good 3. Because at least you've got this, right? So you can get a better 3 here. Oh, you could probably, it's not a great subdivision into the 5th, so you could probably work a 3 in there. You're kind of, at the end of the day, what's really happening here? We're going sideways. As to whether or not that extra wave is going to be essential, probably down the road you're going to find out whether or not you needed that or not, or whether that's making it worse. Okay, nice. Look at the channel contain everything here. Okay, we're getting a little crowded up here. What the fuck? Doesn't show on other exchanges. All right, I got to hide some of this. I can't even see what's going on in there. Okay, so let me get this one. Just I'm not taking them off. Just I got to see what we're thinking here. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Well, the what works in that is that there's a nice impulse in here, right? You see that, right? We got that right in the middle of it. Well, this is really drop base drop, right? So you got A, B, sideways, C. So that plays pretty nicely. Shit, I can't remember. I think I did have it that way. So 3, this is kind of just a sloppy, right? Drop, base, drop. 1, 2, okay, so these are still underway. Okay, so is there a trade here right now? Well, you're kind of late to the party here. If that's the 4, I suppose you're going to hurry up and wait here. Okay, so 1, 2, so that flies, right? So you got a good diag to get you out of the hole here, right? Typical, right after this free fall. Okay, can we turn the ship around? 3 into the 2. Ooh, we're getting a little. Oh, are you going? We're going a little skinny there. Okay, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, unlabeled. Right? So that would have to be a 1. This would have to be at the next degree. 1, 2. We're working for 3, 4, 5. Take that up a degree. Okay, all right. Does that make sense? 1, 2. Oh, it looks like you got a demand zone down here. All right, so we popped into that, right? So reasonable spot here. We came out. You know, one thing that's always a good reference to the how closely you want to pay attention to the potential demand here is, did we come out of it with imbalance, right? And you can see it right there, right? So there would be a fair value gap from this high to this low. So that would be a sign. Right now it was tapped once, tapped twice. Well, let me rephrase that. Let's check it. Bunch of supply coming in? Nope. Okay, let's check it again. Bunch of supply coming in. You're right on the edge here of value, right? So if this was going to dump, right? If they could have gotten those stops, they would have, right? They can't get them. What happens, right? Now, out of imbalance, right? They got to come out of here with imbalance. So shorts, like you can be sure there were shorts here that had to cover, right? As that rallied up. Okay, so looks like we got a 1, 2, 1, 2. That looks like a 50. So, oh shit, what are we going to use here? Guess we can use, oh, I got your stuff here. All right, so we're coming right to a 50. Already got the first target. So 1, 2, and a nice little channel coming back to revisit the channel. Oh, this doesn't do anything. This, oh shit, I don't know that it matters. 1, 2, 3. We've already got an overlap here. So this fucks us a little bit here. Even though that's a big just a rejection wick, right? We can't get an impulse, right? So that's annoying. All right, so you guys see it. All right, I'm going to trust you see it here. So here we've already had that overlap. So what you wanted here was 1, 2, 3. Well, fuck. Can we get it? Nope, we can't. Well, this is a 2-hour. Let me go to a 30-minute. Maybe you can dig it out of there. Is it worth doing it? Is that 1, 2? So my thought is, I need an impulse here. So can I do it this way? Fuck, I can't. Right. So you can see there is a 5 in there, right? So you can do it this way. I can get that done. Let's go here in yellow. Okay, so I can get that as the 1, 2, but then it doesn't help me here. So it looks, we already had that, right? So we had the little impulsive 1, right? That would have been a good start. There's the 2, big 3, fuck. Right, that's annoying, but that's, welcome to trading. Okay, so can we finish it here? This looks like a clean impulse, right? Sadly. Boy, we had 1, 2, 3, perfect little 4. We had a nice little pump wick there. Damn it. Well, what does that leave, right? So with the overlap here, we got to be thinking potentially an ABC, right? So here's a 5, here's a 3, here's a 5. What else are we going to do with it? I mean, it is what it is, right? It's annoying to this count, but it is what it is, right? 5, 3, 5. Free fall. Okay, if we're going to check it, right to the golden zone, right to the edge of value, right? So look at all this, right? There's a lot of shit you look for, right? Confluence, things that don't happen randomly, right? So, all of this, all of a sudden, now again, is that demand? No. That's potential support, right? Price-based support, not necessarily a demand zone. So we come back to a reaction. Look at the reaction, right? Pretty good reaction to that, right? That's clearly the market said no, or said differently, the price got low enough for buyers said, oh, hell yes, I'll buy that. Hell yes, I will. Okay, so can we get out of here? I don't think we can even work this as a diag, right? Because I don't think 3 is long enough. It's not. I was thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we got diag 3, impulse. Let's go blue here. 3. We lost it, right? This wick just kind of blew that count up. I think you're on a hold here. What am I missing here, James? What could we do with this? 1, 2. I can't get it. Because this is right. So unless we go, fuck, you can't do it. Well, maybe you could do it. So you go A, B, C. Here, let's put the 1 here. Here, let me. Sometimes you got to look at it a little bit. Maybe we could do it this way. As this A, B, C, right? So I got 1, 2, 5, 3, 5, right? That might fly. Come here. All right, can we work this into a diag? Well, then we're going to need a deeper retrace here, and we may not get that. So you would need A, B, C, right, before we start thinking diag. It's iffy, right? So I think we're a little sloppy here to where I wouldn't force a trade here. I'm going to guess James would agree. Right, if you're not in yet, this is too... Okay, it's much like Bitcoin. All right, I got higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. But the subdivision isn't really giving me a lot of... And particularly that sell-off here isn't giving me a whole lot of conviction. Now I could do something like this. We're at a log scale. I just go swing high to swing low. Okay, a little over, a little under here. I've got this nice little grind going higher. I'm looking for a 5 up here. Some sort of ending diag, maybe. But... If this is the 1, this is the 2, what we want to look for is the 50, right? So it would be kind of shit that could fly. Right? So you might look for it in here. I might shy away from that area right here. So if we want to, it's going to have to come back and overlap it. So you're going to have to get a 3 there, right? This could be 1 or A. This could be the B, and we could come into the C. There, okay, I'd consider that. trying to get up to this 5. Until then, I wouldn't chase it here. Particularly with that down up. Something funky is going on there. I would wait here. I'd just set an alert maybe on the edge of this. If it comes back into here, well, what do we got below? All right, so RSI at 50, right? So there's a good example, right? 50 more important than 70 and 30, which is the opposite of how most people apply RSI, right? It's the 50 that matters. All right, what happens at the 50? Pop. All right, so if that keeps going, well, then that kind of creates that's a high class problem if you're already long. If it keeps going, well, that kind of fucks us on the idea that we would get an overlap here, so we could turn this into a diag, right? If it keeps going, well, I suppose the C could go higher. A, B, C. Again, when it's not clear, don't force a trade, right? You'll almost always regret doing it. There's so much to trade. Why just go, well, fuck, I'll just throw a market order in there. No, yeah, sometimes that's a little FOMO. It's a little, well, I'm a trader, I got to do something. Right? Those almost 99 of 100 will bite you in the ass. Okay, let me keep moving here. Oh wait, I haven't looked at gold in a while. CN Salazar, excuse me, with oh, are we looking at? Oh Jesus, is this gold or silver? I fucking can't remember. I think it's gold. All right, guys, here we go. We're getting rolling here. All right, so I got SMC, which I like to see. So he's using the order, so it is gold. So we're using the, oh fuck, it's the gold and silver index. No wonder I was going, what is that? XAU. Okay, XAU, gold and silver index. We got multi-time frame on there. Okay, so, okay, this is kind of interesting. CN Salazar bringing in some market structure. I like to see that. Note how nicely it fits in with Elliott Wave. Right? That's why we like it. Okay, so no log. I'm thinking we might want to go log here. Well, let's look at our range, right? So let's be objective about that. We've got a range here from 233 to 38. All right, as Sensei Tudum would tell you, right? 4 times the range, it's a lock, right? 3 times you're on the edge. 4 times the range, you got to go in log. Got to. Well, let me rephrase that. At least you have to consider it in log. Okay, so 1, 2, all right. All right, so it's not a demand zone when it gets here, although it looks like it might be a 50, right? It's not a demand zone when it gets there. All right, it's only a demand zone after it leaves. Then we come back. What happens? How was that demand zone? How was that demand zone? Where would have been the target? Prior high. All right, look, oh, that's right, came to it, came all the way back down. Now we come through. Oh, there's a great example of what, that's just such a good example here. Great, right? And I dwell on this. I know I do, right? Because I'm just, this is, if nothing else from the time you guys spend with me, if I get you to stop doing that, you don't want to buy that, because very probable there will be a retest, because the bulls are going to want to test what happens here. If I come back and I tap the range here, does a bunch of supply drop into the market? If it doesn't, game on. Even then, though, we still came back to it. That's why you never, ever buy a breakout. Right? If you want to survive long term, right? You're going to get some of them. You will. You definitely will. How'd these guys do with the breakout buys? How'd they do? Right? If I show you 500 times that this, you're going to lose money doing it, and then I show you one time where you're going to make money doing it, you know, the funny thing is, there's a large percentage of people. I could show you 500 times it fails, one time where it's hugely successful. Majority of retail traders will focus on the one time. I've just seen it. Almost 30 years of doing this, and a whole lot of clients as a broker. People love breakouts. They just love to trade them. Right. Okay, what are we doing here in the Philly gold? It's like, get off my little high horse here. Okay, so I got an A, I got a B, I got a I got something ugly there. What are we doing here? Okay, so this is an index. I note that I can't buy it. However, there are options available for it. Can you explain how you can buy options for something you can't buy on spot? Well, they're offering it for you. I don't know why. They would, unless they're just, I guess this is an untradeable asset. It's just a mile marker. I don't know why they would do that, right? What do they want to do? They want you to invest. So if there are options on it, well, we're looking at a 3-day. So with options, of course, right, you wouldn't necessarily, well, maybe you would, right, if you've got capital to park. If you're trading off a 3-day, that means you're looking at either leaps or, very long-term options, which means they're going to be very expensive because you pay for time with options. So I would not do the evaluation. Well, so let me rephrase that. If I start on the 3-day to get a sense of where I think it's going, well, then I'm immediately going to go down to the daily and say, okay, is the timing ripe here for this? Wow, I don't know that you need to do that. Are you doing that twice? I think you are, right? I don't think you need to do that twice. I would keep it off of the lowest pivot, and then if that breaks, then I'd bring up the other one. So, okay, so let's get a handle here on where we are. So he wants to buy it here. Well, pardon me. It looks like he wants to buy it on the retrace, right? So let's give him that, because buying it here, this is. Why would you try and catch the falling knife here? There's no reason to do it. CN's not going to do it, but people will do that to post it on Twitter. Look what I did, right? But I don't know that I would give a shit if I saw that. I would say, well, that was just a lucky trade. Let's see you do that 10 out of 10 times. So, but that's not what he's doing, right? So he's saying, okay, maybe I get a 1 there, and I'm going to take the 2 on the retest, right? Because I'm going to leave behind if I get, oh shit, let's get in there. All right, can we get up? Well, that's got a ways to go. Well, you can get change of character here, but to get a break of structure, you're going to have a ways to go, right? Really, to get up here, let's get the full Monty on there. Oh, you guys know, right? If any one of you that are not seeing it, or if we have any new peeps watching, right, the link underneath this, we partner with these guys on TradingView, right, so we can get there. Okay, so here these would be, so what you're going to see here now are per their language, right? I don't like this language, but the order blocks, right, off of changes of character. These are not order blocks off of breaks of structure. See, change of character, right? We don't have, this is an internal break of structure, but the dominant swing structure has not been broken. So we're in a downtrend. Okay, so per that, the last, okay, let's just come back in here. Okay, so that was not quite to the 100 there. So what are we doing here? Well, that had, is that COVID? That's COVID. Okay, so we got COVID low here. Just out of curiosity, how did we do off of the absolute low? Right to a 50. Good example here, right? Prior resistance. Right now, of course, right, we had a lot of, it was resistance at some point. Resistance, support, back to it. Okay, so how's the Elliott? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good. Well, you can't ignore this, right? So you'd have to call this. You can't go, oh, that's just annoying, right? That fucks up my count. I can't do that. So it doesn't quite. What are you thinking, CN? I got it. I can't do. Well, let's see. Pardon me. Maybe I can do it this way. Well, that's an impulse all day, right? You're kind of stuck with that. You're gonna have to account for that. Oh, let's again just this is an index you can't trade, right? Interesting, right? It's technical. Well, this is an interesting choice. Okay, so we got to live with the. Why are we going A B? Why? Because you're assuming that that's correcting. Okay, so I think that we could be a little off here. Let's go back to that 3-day here. That's impulsive. Okay, let's stay with the idea. Let's see if we can carry this through. So this is impulsive. So the premise being that per his count here that we're just correcting that impulse, right? Now pretty deep correction, right? We're going pretty deep here to say that that's the C. So I think we got to change this a little bit. So we got to account for the impulse here that gives us that. Yeah, we're stuck with it, right? You're kind of stuck with it. So you gotta label it. So you got to go 1, 2. This doesn't work as a 3, does it? Right? Because we already overlap, right? So you're thinking impulse here because you do. Well, do we? Oh, this is a tricky one. Okay, do we want that? 1, 2. We're stuck with it. Yeah, we need it. So we've got an impulse, this free fall, which you can probably do as an A, B, C. So we got a 1, 2, 1, 2 is what we have here. So this actually has to go over. Well, actually, here we're gonna have to do this on the fly. This has to be accounted for. So we've got 1, 2, 1. You'd think 2, because it's not 3, right? It's not 3. 1, 2. Well, fuck. But you can't label it this way because we can't go impulse. We can't go into a zigzag as the 3 and then overlap. So we're a little fucked here. So it's got to be 1, 2, 1, 2. So let me get the label here so I get my head around it. Here, I'll put it in yellow. Okay, so you can see it. All right, so we got to go 1, 2, 1, 2. Right now that 50 plays better. Right, so that's where we're looking for it. So now I got 50 here. Now it doesn't change the direction of your trade. It's just the count was a little squirrely. A, B, maybe C is up here. Maybe this is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I mean, COVID puts a monkey in the wrench of a lot of counts. Right? What I would not be thinking is any sort of truncation. So you're at this point in time, you don't have a clear long-term count. What the fuck are we doing here? Is this A, B looking for a monster C? Well, that wouldn't make sense past this. So if we get up to that, if we get up to this, right, that's likely off the board. So you wouldn't be thinking A, B. Well, fuck, I mean, you could. I wouldn't. I'd be thinking, oh, massive trend change after this. COVID, right? Does it matter, right? To some degree, you got to look at that and go, wait a minute, am I bending myself over backwards here? Does this matter? What can I see with absolute certainty? Well, that's probably impulsive. That's corrective. That's impulsive. That's corrective. That's impulsive. That's corrective. Until this gets out of this entire range, I don't know that it matters how we're labeling it, other than on the internal subdivision here. This is pretty sexy what he's got here. Let's go to an 8-hour here. Oh, what else are you going to call that, right? It looks like this is the lowest low. A, B, oh fuck, W, X, Y, X, Z. It looks like you might have to live with that. Again, does it matter? Does it really matter? It's corrective, right? It's certainly not impulsive. Here's a little square. It could be, but fuck. Again, it doesn't matter. What's the broad swing stroke, right? There's the 3, right? Then here's the next 3. Then here's the next. That looks like a 3. Although if that rolls over again, you can see that turning into a 5, and then you'd probably have a flat. Oh shit. Yeah, we could do it that way. So we'd do 3, 3. If this rolls over, you might get a 5 there. If that rolls over, right? That's not out of the Elliott playbook, but why not, right? Get something like that. Same idea. What's really happening up here? Consolidation. You'd think with all this inflation talk, right, metals would be just flying, but they're not. I mean, they go stuck in a range. I think, Stan, this is I don't know that I'd fuck with this too much. I really don't. I'm not sure why you would want to, right? I would go to gold and or silver and trade those individually. And if you want to trade something, you could trade them on it with, if you like the CFD, or if you don't want to trade the futures. But I think you're banging your head against the wall here, to be perfectly honest. But interesting look at something. All right. I appreciate you posting up. Pizza Man. Hey, man, where you been? Okay, so let's get Pizza Man back. Okay, so I got FUV. Okay, let me keep going here. How am I doing on time? Okay, I got half an hour. We got a very late start, though. Okay, at least we sorted it out. Okay, what do I got here? Pizza Man, FUV. Whoa. Okay, so let's get over here. Come on. Okay, so I got RSI. I got an Elliott oscillator. This is also RSI, so you got a little bit of redundancy here. You got two RSIs, and then you got an OBV. I like this one, right? It's great for trend, right? It's just a different way to look at the RSI. The idea, this actually, for those of you that are not familiar with this, I actually am quite fond of this one. So when it's above the 10, right, then you're in trend, right? Because see, that's kind of back to what I was saying before. So getting above 10 is like the regular RSI getting above the 50. So when we're in trend, right, you're pushing up here. This can help you avoid that. Oh my God, it's over 70. I got to sell it. If you sustain up here, now if we come back down, right, you see it come back down, but we come back to the 0 line, which is the 50 line. Now we go back up again, right? So it can be a good way to, if this is, you find yourself having a bad experience with the RSI, this can be another way to take advantage of. RSI is the single most popular oscillator of all time, right? So everybody's using it. So you want to have a look at it. But what is it called? RSI Histo Alert Strategy is a really good one, right? I encourage you, if this gets you wonky, consider that one. Okay, Pizza Man, what are we doing here? What is FUV? I don't even know what FUV is. Where does it trade? I don't know what that is. Does it matter? Does not matter. Chart's a chart. Okay, so let's get this thing together here. All right, well, here's my all-time low. Sure looks to me like, okay, what's the first thing? Can we simplify? Is there a 5 coming out of the chute? Yeah. Is there a 3 that corrects it? Yeah. Okay, so far, not complicated. Now, all the subdivision? Well, first, do you need to do it? Well, I don't know that you do, right? I mean, Pizza Man's doing it here, right? So we asked these guys to do it, right? The whole premise here is teach it back to us, right? So he's doing it. I know he knows that. He didn't need to do that. He's doing that for me, and for you guys, actually. So there's the impulse. Okay, can I get it done in 3? Okay, well, that sure looks like something impulsive. Again, is it a perfect, what the fuck? No, probably not. But this looks like whatever it is, that's the 4. Okay, 3, 1, 2, 3. I mean, they're time. See, this is what you want with Elliott. When it's like impossible to miss, that's when Elliott is most effective. Okay, what are we doing here? We're going sideways. What are we doing here? Right, so we get nice alternation. Sideways 2, we get a sharp 4. About equidistance in time. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is some, that's often you'll get a sloppy end, something like that, right? So what is the market really saying to you here? Well, we're struggling. We kind of want to get bullish, but we can't make up our mind, right? It's not there yet. So do you want to try and take that just like, oh, it looks like it might come, like it, oh, kind of is coming? No, there's no, why? Why? If it's going to come, it's not going to do that. Well, odds are it's not going to do that, right? So what? Okay, show me. I'll take that one. Why fuck around down there with that? Who knows what that's doing, or why it's doing it? I don't know what this is, but I don't need to know really. Oh, it looks like we're too deep here. Yeah, we are, right. So we're on the edge of the algo here. So I want to get an algo, right? So I want to get in behind an algo. So I want that guy right there. Right, where I can tuck in behind them. I'll let them, clear the forest, right, with the machete, and I'm just going to sit and tuck in behind them and say, okay, you guys do the heavy lifting. I'm just coming in behind you. 1, 2, right? You break all the resistance up here. You guys do it. You've got the muscle to do it. I just want to tuck in behind you. 1, 2. Well, okay, if we got that, just, again, never forget to do this, right? There's always, always, always an algo on the other side, right? So where is that going to bump into resistance? Right there. Right, we get so focused on the oh shit, it's going, you forget to don't forget to map out where you're going to find the resistance. Not only are you going to find a golden, you just find software resistance there. You got a big high volume node, right? So you know a lot of business was done here. Why, right? Pull it over, right? A lot of everybody was happy here, right? Buyers and sellers doing business, right? We come out of it, imbalance, balance, imbalance, balance. Now we're trying to, can we get out of here with some imbalance? Right? What's imbalance, right? It's aggression. It's aggression, right? Sellers more aggressive than buyers. Again, more aggressive than buyers. Here, you know, already you can see it in the volumes increasing here. There's a lot of indecision. What are we doing? We're buying, we're selling. We're buying, we're selling. No need to force something down there, right? If you do, why are you doing it? So either boredom. Let's throw an order in there, see what happens. Or FOMO. Oh, fuck, that thing looks like it's going to fly, man. I don't want to miss it if it goes. See, that's trading for the wrong reason, right? Our goal here is not to be right. Never is that our goal. Our goal is to be profitable, right? Don't be confused about that. Right? It puts it in perspective, right? I know with absolute certainty I am going to be wrong far more than I'm right. And I've been doing this for 30 years. You got to be at peace with that, right? It can't be like, oh, fuck, I'm going to be right on this one. No, that's never my goal. My goal is to be profitable. I don't fucking care if I'm right. If I'm wrong, okay, well, maybe I'll get short. Maybe I'll just reverse it. Maybe the pattern just clears itself up. And here now I'm in some sort of a big 5 down here. Because if I can flip and get on the other side of it, I achieve my goal. I'm profitable. Oh, fuck, I was wrong. Well, I can't short it. I can't short it now because I was so sure, and my ego is not going to allow me to take a retrace here and short it because I was wrong. No, that's not the way to think about it. Assume, right? It's not even assume. It's absolutely fucking guaranteed you're going to be wrong more than you're right. You got to be completely at peace with that. Right? Don't fight that. Right, that's how you get in trouble with stops. Oh, fuck, I didn't want to be wrong, so I moved the stop a little. I give it a little more room. I didn't want to be wrong. Well, I give it a little more room. Well, it's not going to go get that low. As soon as you think that, they will get that low. Because you made the mistake, right? You got focused on being right and not being profitable. If I move that stop, is that going to make me more profitable? Or the worst case scenario is that you move the stop and then you get away with it. Because you'll do it the next time too, right? You're just reinforcing the bad habit. You guys heard me say that many, many, many times. All right, what are we doing here with FUV? I think you're just in a hurry up. Okay, let this thing complete, right? It looks got all the ingredients are there except for the first 5 coming out for the trend change because that's a pretty meaty downtrend. Wait, patience, right? As most traders, that's the hardest thing to learn, right? Patience. Because they just want to trade, right? Fuck, man, this is so exciting. I just want to get in here. Let's try this. Let's try that. What does a pro do? Wait, or just think, baseball. Wait for your pitch. Wait. I'll walk 10 times. And then finally, you're going to give me that slow hanging ball over the plate and I'm going to fucking crush it. Because I waited for it. All right, what do I got here? I got Frayed, always a solid contributor. Gives us some good things to look at. AVAX is going to look like so much of crypto, right? What do we got here? We got higher highs and higher lows, right? Can we call it anything yet? I think these are what he gave us last week, right? So this is kind of an update. This is very similar because I remember looking at Sonos. Oh, we got competing interpretations on Coinbase. That'll be interesting. Okay, that's coming up. All right, let's get through AVAX here. Everybody loves this coin. I don't know why we're. Well, let's go to the daily here and get some perspective here. So, is there any question about what happened here? Right? Is anybody? All right, I'm going to assume not. Right? We can all agree we got an impulse. Now, would there be some possible disagreement as to what's happening here? Well, some people are just going to see this, right? They're just going to think, oh, we're going into a 5, which means we're going to go into a 3, which means... Now, a little bit more nuance, right? Fred, who knows what he's doing, right? We can go, oh, we got a zigzag. Not so when you're there. Now, note we are in log scale, right? Big difference in and out of log, right? But what's our range? 0.05, less than $1 to 160. Yeah, we got to look at it in log. Okay, so he's, flexing a little bit, right? So good skills here, right? Oh, fuck, I got a zigzag here. Is that going to be the 2? Well, okay, could be. Was there a trade there? Probably. Well, it sure looks like it. Was there a trade here? Come here, you fucker. Little dagger, right? And didn't get to target. But could you have taken, if you're down on I'm on an 8-hour, right? If you're down on a 30-minute deeganing, Monty would probably fucking make 5 trades there and make money on all of them. But A, B, C, I got a W here. It sure looks like a 3 into an X. I mean, is there, what's the broad structure, right? That's a 3, right? You probably do it here. You don't overcomplicate it. That's a 3. Okay, what do I got here? I got a 3. I got a clear zigzag. I got a 3. So if it's not 1, 2, 3, what process of elimination, right? This is where Elliott starts to get a little easier. Okay, it can't be that. So most probably, we got a combo going. I mean, just the shallowness of the retracement here would have been unusual. Given the massive rip, that's going to be the 2. Well, it's not like it's never happened, but if you're playing the odds, which is all we can do, you'd be thinking, a little shallow to go 1, 2. Now you could probably talk yourself into it with going into arithmetic. Oh, there's a big 3, 1, 2. Oh, off I go. Why would you not be thinking that? Because you didn't look at it in log scale, right? And why are we looking at it in log scale, right? 4 times the range, right? You got to look at it. Okay, so come back here. Right? So I don't know that there's a right or a wrong there. There's just consistency. Right, you got to do it the same way every time, or you're flapping, right? You're fucking guessing on everyone. If you're like, well, sometimes I look in log, sometimes I don't. I liked it. It looked better out of log, so I just took it. No, you got to have. If you're going to do that, you better have looked at it in both, and then you're making an informed decision. W, X, Y. All right. Do I have an ABC there? Okay. Well, there's a couple ways to look at that, right? If I just kind of draw a channel on that, is that a 3? Well, maybe. Let's look in there, right? So if already just looking at it, right? So that's sometimes pulling out, get some perspective on it. Is that a 3? Well, let's go into a 4 hour and see if we can make that make sense. Sometimes, this market's not going to make it easy, right? Is that all I got to work with? That little squirt there is my B? Well, okay, right? You can see, God, is that a 1, 2? Really? Is it? I think this might be a little too tight for me here. 1, 2. Well, number 1, let's get that. Let's go down here. Let's go into yellow here. Okay, so okay, let's leave it. Okay, that looks like we ended the 1 right there to me, right? This is the 4. Yeah, fuck, that's a 3 too. I mean, this is a little iffy up here. Can you do it this way? Maybe you're pulling it down. Let's just leave it as it is. 1. Okay, let's go with the A. Let's go with AB, right? I'd have to fuck with that. Here, let's go AB. 1. Is that a 2? Well, that sure looks like a 3. But it's all just falling over, right? This is this is some profit taking and all that happened there. It's falling over, so it feels more impulsive than corrective. But okay, so let's see. Is it a force fit? A, B. Boy, it gets worse down here. I'd have to spend some time with that. Oh, shit, I think this is one I've had to do that before. I need to come back to this. because already, just look down here, right? So to make it work, right? So this clearly is a triangle, but then to make it work, we're doing this. Could be, right? I don't know that I want to take that trade off of that. Okay, could be. Maybe I'll do that, right? If I got a little time this afternoon, see if there's an alternate I can come up with here. Okay, so right out of the chute, I got to go into a diag. And I think he's just bringing that to our attention that's a little bit squishy in there to try and get 3 out of that. But I you know, again, Elliott's not perfect. Don't expect it to be. This is much like Ethereum, some of the others. You almost have this as an alternate, right? So that you truncate the C here. Looks exactly like Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? Could this be the 2? And then we're going to go 1, 2 again. Well, okay, let's just consider the idea of that it's a diag. 3. We're going to go with 3 there. How you? That's a little iffy there. Okay, ABC. We're going to go into the 3. Okay, well let's. I'm going to just pull this for a second. All right, so did we get on the 4, how did we look relative to the length of from the start of the 1 through the pivot of the 3? You know, it's certainly good enough. All right, you like it ideally right at the 50. That's pretty close. So, okay, I've got a candidate for a 1. Oh, we got to check it. We got to check this. We got to check the distance here. 1. Okay, so 3 is shorter than 1, so we got to check 3 to 5. We may be all right, but we're going to be on the edge here. It looks like we're okay, right? So 5 is shorter than 3. 3 is the extension's in the 1, so we can go 1, 2. So this got some activity to happen before we get there. What are we doing here? Time. Let's hide that. Well, this is a cleaner look. Again, ETH, Bitcoin, some of the others where we're not. Is it a diag? Is it 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, or do we have a cleaner diag here? This looks like this is a better fit. So, all right, you can see what he's doing. Buyer here at the golden zone. What's the next thing? And I know he'll do this. He's going to do. Assuming we can get that, right? So risk reward, 40 to 1. And that looks like, it looks like I could do that with platinum, right? So I could put the stop under the 707. Yeah, I got a wave 3 target up here. So that's 40 to 1. Now, first target, right, median line, right? Can we get the algo target in the median line? That's 14 to 1. Can you let a runner take a partial there? Maybe I'd take probably half of it. Let some run. Good looking setup. What's not to like here? This waterfall is the only thing that is a little suspect to me as a 3. Well, shit, does it matter, right? In terms of what we've got our low down here, I've got a leading diag. There's no reason not to take that trade, especially with the risk that tight. Now, you might not go balls deep there, but you take. So what you could kind of limp into this, right? Say, okay, I'll take a piece of it here. All right, give me a 5. Let me take this. If I get, am I going to add here? Right? If it's going to, well, see, don't be afraid to add, because if it's going to go, if you're going to get 1, 2, and you're going to get this, you have to have an impulse here. Right here, this is where Elliott, right, you get a huge advantage over other approaches. This has to be an impulse if this is going to fly, right? If this is the hard low. So to be able to go here and say, oh, if I get it, if I get a little, fuck, it could be a diag, but let's just say we get an impulse here. If I get right here, don't hesitate. This is where you want to add. Because if this is going to go, I got to get a 3 there. I got to get an impulse. So this you take this because here you're trying to catch the falling knife. But fuck, is it going to hold? I don't know. Let's hope it does. Well, if it does, great. Okay, I didn't take huge amount of risk here. But now if I come off of that with a 5, I can add here. Now, what have I done to the risk, right? I mean, if my stop was here, this is me personally, right? Because once I'm in a golden corner, the entire focus is on that pivot, right? So I'm gonna bring that up to I'm a tick below. Because if you come down here and get me out, right, the golden corner blows up. I lost the algo that was there driving it. Lost it. Now I might get it again, right? If we go again, I might get behind it again. But I want to let them do the heavy lifting. This has to be an impulse. So it's a missed opportunity to not add here. So thus, smaller piece here, add here. Now I get the full size of the trade that I wanted. So now what's it that you're going to average down your fill? So let's split the difference. You've taken your stop up to a tick below the golden corner, right? So because as long as that holds, right, we're in addition to the algo here, we've got our 80%. Right, so you wouldn't, again, it's 80% as long as that pivot holds. So if that pivot breaks, I lost my 80%. I don't want to be in the market anymore. I don't want to be in this trade anymore. But if I get a chance to add, right, it would be foolish not to, because I have a requirement here. The market has to do this. Now, let me be sure you understand what I'm saying. The market doesn't have to do anything. But if this count is going to be realized, I have to have a 5 here. Have to. It's not optional. Right? There aren't a whole lot of other trade setups and TA approaches where there's a requirement. Has to do that. Now, what if you're trading with like a moving average cross or even SMC, right? I mean, you can have a target up here of like, oh, well, there's the strong low, right? The market's, let's hope it gets there, right? That would be the target, but it doesn't have to for TA to be effective. This has to. Not many other TA approaches give you that. Now you can say, well, that fucks me up, right? Because then if it has to do that, and if it doesn't do it, then I don't know what the hell's going on. Just a reminder again, right? So what's our focus, right? Being profitable, not being right, right? I don't care if I'm right here. What I care about is if I can be profitable. Well, if I have a condition here that requires the market to do something to be profitable, boy, right? Like, whoa, shit, I can't get that anywhere else. I want a piece of that. I want that kind of approach. All right, what else we got here? I got Sonos, right? I trust I can leave you guys here with the idea here. If this is completed an impulse here, and of course this could go higher, but if we're completing and we start to correct, boom, right? I want to know when I get to that 50. Okay, let me go to Sonos here so I don't run out of time. I think we looked at this last week, so maybe they had earnings since then, or I swear he posted this last time. So hang on a second, let me get that going. Ooh. What did the market do? It's kind of dumped. Bitcoin is holding. Okay, Sonos. Oh, this is my working copy. Okay, so let me just hide this to free up screens real estate. Okay, so I got a 4-hour here. Well, of course I got to get out to it, see what we got here. Okay, so we're seeking the 2 down here. Is this COVID low? All right, big rip and impulse. Oh, this is nice work. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. That's a little. I'm gonna take that down to tiny. Right, so 3, 4, 5 gives me my A wave. A little skinny there. I don't know that matters. All right, so okay, up for my B. Right up in, oh shit, I'm sure there's an order block up in there. Looks like there is. Probably up in there, right? So we come right into it. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. ABC into the 4. Okay, so we're spared the overlap. Here's the 1. It's not the prettiest, but it'll work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's a deep 2, and then we get a clear. There's an impulse, right? Can't miss it. 1, 2, 3, 4, right here. So your eye will almost always spot the 4 the most easily. 4, 5, 3 into the 4 at this degree, or I should say 4 at this degree. You guys, your colors. You must use different colors than I do. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't overlap. 5, right? It's kind of funky shape, right, with a big extension in the 5th, but it's perfectly valid, right? Look, we got an extension in the 5th of the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A 5th of the 5th, right? It's actually not that uncommon to see it do that. The 5th extends in the 5th. 3 into an X, so I got to go A, B, C into a W. Now, okay, another good example right here where Elliott's giving you an unfair advantage. Okay, if you're just a I don't know, price action trader, moving average, oscillator, whatever, right? If it does this, do you have any? What are you looking at? Oh, what did the RSI do? What did the moving averages do? Here, if it does that and it doesn't do that, we've eliminated the possibility here as an Elliott trader, right? We're eliminating the potential. Well, I mean, as much as you can in the market, right? Because the market can do anything. But we're eliminating, in terms of our approach and how we're addressing the market, this could have been the 2 right here, right? Fuck, we're right to the golden zone. Why would you think anything other than the 3? Excuse me, the 2 was in here. You wouldn't. You'd be thinking it's right there. Of course you would, right? Oh, fuck, there's big ripping impulse. I got my A, I got my B, but okay, 1, 2, ha. Doesn't happen. So that comes off the table. It's not an option for an Elliottician, right? It's not going to be 1, 2, right? So if once we're doing this, what's left? Can't be the 2, right? We got a new low here, so it's definitely not the 2. So that's got to get pushed over. So what else could it be? I got 3, and then I got a 3. All right, well, you guys that are students, members, right, you know exactly, right? Well, if it can't be this, then what? Well, the moving average crossed over, so now I'm thinking it's bearish. Stupid way to trade. Okay, so WX, what do we got? A. Okay, I got 5, right? Where are the 5s? Where are the 3s? Well, here's a 5. Here's a 3. Here's a 5. Let me get in there a little bit. What did you send me? You sent me a 4 hours. All right, now I'm finally to what you sent me. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Fuck, clear as a bell. Beautiful impulse. God, look how good that is, right? And the channeling would be just perfect, right? 3, 4, 5, right? That's where Elliott, right? There's nothing better when you can spot the 3s and 5s, right? There's no better T approach. If there was, I'd teach it to you. Okay, I got a clear 5. I got a clear 3. I got another 5. Where the fuck am I? Wait, so I've got a zigzag that doesn't look quite like it's done, does it? A, B. Are we putting the C here? Well, it's not impossible. W, X, A, B, C. Is that the Y here? Would be the balance would be wrong, right? It just doesn't look like what you want to see that, right? So we're going to do it this way. Little stubby ABC. Well, again, anything's possible. Do I want to trade off of that? Well, the market's going to have to, because that's abnormal, the market's going to have to show me, whoa, you got to really give me a strong impulse. What's the first thing you're going to do here if you're thinking, well, shit, where is that going to go? Where is that likely to run into resistance? So, I mean, literally, we make this harder on ourselves than it really needs to be. Okay, so I've got to think of it this way, right? All the market ever can do is swing and retrace. That's it, right? And either if it keeps going, then all it was this, right? It's a swing and retrace, right? It's all it can do, right? There's no other possible path the way we chart asset prices, right? It's swing, retrace. So it's either going to be internal or not. Okay, here's a 5, 3, 5. So I've got a zigzag in here. Am I done? Well, it's a candidate, so let's put it over here, right? You might be. It seems weird, but you might be. I mean, you're mighty deep here, almost to the 786. So if it's going to finish that way, well, for sure, I'd be here going, okay, well, if I get into trouble, it's likely because that's not something weird happened here. Again, it's not saying that it can't be. but this is going to have to really prove itself to me. So let's go to a 2 here. 1, 2. Okay, that's pretty good. So yeah, we got it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, extension in the 5th, right? A lot of extensions in the 5th. Okay, can I get the 3, 4, 5? I wouldn't personally. I wouldn't touch this until I would just be watching it until I got that. Okay, now I got a clear impulse, right? Which makes this seem like, okay, well, there's just a little stubby C, right? They're not all going to be perfectly balanced, right? A to B equals C to D, right? But this is valid. It's perfectly valid. God, is there another way to count this? So, could you get it in here? My thought being, could I do it this way? So I have a 5 here, and this potentially a 3 before we come back down. I guess, are you trying too hard there, right? I mean, just because it looks unusual down here, this is a clear 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's pretty clear. That's a good looking 4, right? So I think of the 2, this is the better. This is the better subdivision, but the balance is wrong. So again, you can just do it with just straight on Elliott channeling, right? And this looks, we don't know where that 4 is going to go, but if I put it around the 2, am I going to have a really tight channel into an impulse here? I mean, look how good this one was. It's not like it's not prone to do it. Nice tight channel, right, out for the correction. There's a great example, right? We break out of the channel, and then it's going to want to come down, right? Al Brooks rule, you're going to want to come down and get a new low. So I got a new channel started here. So maybe the 4, the break of the channel here, if I break that channel, right, it's going to want to go up, right? The logic behind this, who sells it right there? Right, who's more likely to sell it? Right there, and of course traders know this. Retail. Oh, we broke the trend line, right? That's what creates that. Because right, if retail does it, not knowing that, right? It's a tendency for the market to do that and to test it yourself, right? I mean, you can see it here just through this impulse, right? You can see here's, oh fuck, come here. Here's one channel, break it, right? We go after that channel, break. We go after it. Go after it. Up, we're in this channel. If we break it and that becomes the 4, as long as we don't stay over the 1, you would anticipate that. Anticipate, at the very least, we're going to come after that pivot. What causes it? Well, if retail takes the breakout here, where are they likely to put their stops? Right, so the first, the weak shorts, they're going to cover early. The ones that are concerned about being right, they're going to have their stops right over that pivot, right? And then you're going to hit those, right? And that's going to be fuel to get that higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So careful of the trend line break, thinking, oh, time to go short. Nope. Okay. Yeah, I think you. So where's the next trade? I'd wait and see what happens on that 4. I have to get the. Oh fuck! Come here. Can you get it a little higher? Right. If we're going to stay impulsive, you want it to be a little higher. So the break to the 4 might be the channel break. It gives you that. It gives you the 5. All right. So now at that point, and I don't have this, right? I'm just pulling it back, saying, okay, well, you showed me a 5, so this is a little stubby C. I got a weird 2, but what do I care, right? I'm more interested in being profitable. I got a 5. Do I get a 3 that follows? All right. Here's the trade I would take. I would just be watching, waiting, right? Wait for your pitch. I don't need to FOMO into Sonos. How am I doing on time? Oh shit, I'm running late. Okay, let's just do these competing. What do I got down here? I got competing coins, and then I'll go. Okay, I'm curious to see because I looked at Athens already because I was curious what he was thinking, and I have not seen Frayed. Okay, so I got very bearish with Athen T, and I've got the other side of that. All right, I'm winding it down. All right, so let's go copy that one. Save. Okay. Coin. Come on, coin. Okay. Let me just brighten this up a little so we can see it better. And let's go up a degree just to see it a little bit better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the only thing missing here is a label. Okay, so we'll do it this way. A, B, C. Truncating. I know. I know. Right. So he's noting, right? So truncating is abnormal, right? It's the last resort, right? If nothing else fits, then you truncate. You never go there first. Never assume, oh, but truncated, right? It's only when I've tried everything else and this has gone far enough to where you're stuck with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and as he's duly noting. It's not a brutal, and this is all wick anyway, right? So if you look at it this way, right? Did we truncate? Right, only in wick, right? So that's how you can, give it a little bit more. Okay, right? You'd prefer to have broken that low, but you didn't break. It wasn't off by much, right? And again, it's just what's happening there. Stops are getting run. All right, they're likely sitting right here, right there. Down. They run them all, grab them all. What makes you think it's most likely a stop run? Well, where did we go? Right, all the way up there. Right, if it's not a stop run, often it'll meander down there. Okay, 1, 2. That's a good impulse, right? You could probably do this ABC. Just out of curiosity, was there an algo there? There was. That's a tick, but that's wick. Didn't get to target. Right? Oh, that's interesting. Right? So came back to it. Tried again. Back to it again 3 times. Right? Now they're through. Right? So you've lost the buy side algo on this. Right? Because it looks like we're too far even from this one. We are. Right? So. Okay, maybe a truncation, right? We're going to acknowledge that that's abnormal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, we got a pretty good looking leading diag coming out of here. I mean, that's shit. You can barely. So you can see, right? 5 is longer than 3, 3 longer than 1, right? So you got all the right ingredients here. This is what so much of crypto is trying to do, and here's Coinbase doing it. Okay, maybe, all right, maybe we've got that leading diag. Oh, even that looks like it's deep, right? But this was well, that's interesting, right? So this is truncated. So the 1 through the 3, 4, we're going deep there. I wonder, had that been deeper, right, more typical. But because of that, I think I'd just stick with this count. There's no reason not to stay with that. Now, on the B, all right, we know B, right, the range, 50 to, well, really 887. Unless you're going to expand the B, right, which is, again, more abnormal. So this being right there, now are we done there? Maybe. Earnings. August, that'll be telling. Same thing, they got the same problem as all of crypto, right? No regulation. Fuck, they're getting sued left and right. We need regulation. I guarantee they want it. Oh, let's go back to the 4. Okay, so that's the bull side. Can we come down and note what he's doing here, right? He's not saying I'm going to try and catch the turn, because that would be if this is the low and this is the pivot, right? So here's the golden zone, right? So he's already teed that up. And if we come in, we get that first little retrace, and I'm going to take it right there. There's my style. I probably give that a little bit of room down there. All right, are we going to get a 1618? It's 12 to 1. Why would you not take that? Right? If this comes down and we can dig into that, and you can get a good clean ABC. Well, there's a couple of things you can look at down here and say, oh, okay, sure looks like that was a base building, right? Here's the fake break all the way back down. Here's another fake break. How are the breakout traders doing with this? How are they doing? How are they doing? Oh, so here's classic. Oh, I got killed. Oh, I got killed again. Oh, went that time. I'm a breakout trader. The only way this thing flies is if we come back down here and we test it again. So if you could have spared yourself that massive loser, this one. Oh, well, it's already giving most of it back. Well, you've already given back almost all of it. High probability we're going to fill that gap. So you're going to come down here right where it broke out, and it's going to retest again. You're going to say, well, fuck, I spared myself that. I just waited because I wait for my pitch. I got my 3. Accumulation, imbalance, balance. Everybody's happy. Whoa. Oh, a little imbalance. All right, now do we need to come back here? What are they going to do? Let's test it. What does a bunch of... See, it's going to test it right at earnings, right? We're going to have a bunch of sellers come in here. Didn't Kathy Wood, ARK Investments, she dumped her Coinbase? If I'm not mistaken. Okay, so with that as a segue, let's go to Ethan T, who's got the Grim Reaper chart. Ethan T, my eternal optimist, giving me the bad news here. Although he did note, might not be super popular idea. Keeping an eye on coin. All right, the evil eye. All right, come on with this. I swear to God, I had this up earlier because I was looking at it going, what's Ethan T thinking here? Well, this is a nice touch, right? The hidden divergence here between this pivot and this pivot. I got a lower pivot here, but I got a higher RSI. That's nice attention to detail. So I'm looking at this going, right? So do you see the difference, right? So he's going, oh, okay. So on the last one, we were thinking 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, fuck, to simplify. Oh, we truncate here because this is all wick. All right, I noticed that when I pulled this up, and that was me who put the median lines on. ABC. So is it possible we've got a WX, YX? Yikes. All right, Z. We're going down to $10, right? You can't eliminate that. Oh, if we do it that way, you could probably, even that's going to be too steep, but I might go modified here, right? Now you catch it there, right? So this modified is just a channel, right? Well, how are you going to make that distinction between the two? Well, you're not going to really know. All right, so here's Ethan's looking for short. I'd probably do that with options myself, particularly going into earnings. Well, fuck, earnings. Fuck, our earnings tomorrow or today? Tomorrow, what is today? 7th? Today. Jesus Christ, they're today. I would explain that. Well, do you want to put on something? So I'm assuming they come after the market closes. I'm not one to try and guess earnings outcomes. I've done it before. So here's the decision matrix right here. So I wouldn't be sad if I saw a reaction that was like, oh my God, we got to dump it, right? And we come into a technical level. Now, if you're Ethan, right, he may already be short, or maybe he bought puts. Well, that's high risk, right? So my guess is if you're going to play it, well, there's 2 ways you could do it, right? You could buy straddle, so you could just buy right at the money puts and calls and hope you get a big enough move out of either side of it. You could sell a straddle if you think it's going to say self-contained here, but you got to know what you're doing with that stuff with options. I'd probably wait, right? Just wait and see. Like, okay, what do I get out of it, right? If I get something bullish, let's come back to, where was it? This one here. Oh, maybe I got to rethink this. Maybe we're going to end up with something like this. Maybe I'm going to end up here. Since it's a diag, I can go ABC. Maybe I get a more complexity and I get a bigger diag coming out of here. A, B, C. So that you're not locked in here right now. That's what it looks like, right now. But what's the implication, right? That we're going to come down off of earnings. Well, that wouldn't surprise me, right? There's considering the kind of the backdrop fundamentals. What's going on with them? And I read it this morning. There's yesterday, another lawsuit coming at them. So my suggestion would be just wait. Let's see how it reacts to earnings, what they are. It's often, let the earnings wait a day, 2, 3. Let the all the volatility die down, then reevaluate. That's what my suggestion would be. All right, I got to keep moving. I'm going to run out of time. Okay, so Ethan gave us the negative. Okay, PKS Avenda. I'm going to finish with him because I know he'll have something good for us. Okay, not that Ethan's and those two coins weren't good. It's just right into earnings. I think we got to wait on that. All right, PK, what are we doing? Zoom. Oh, Zoom. All right, Zoom has been just buried. Let's go copy, and we'll finish up here. And we're not too late. I think we were half an hour late to start. Anyway, okay, let's get Zoom going, and we'll wrap it. Okay, Zoom has earnings in a couple of weeks. Looks like we're coming out of the hole here. Oh, this is nice work, PK. Very nice. Leading diag. A, B, C. So pardon me. So we've gone ABC into a W, ABC into an X, ABC. Oh, that's good, right? We're at double bottom here into the A. B, C. Oh, I guess we're going to live with that. We're kind of stuck. Oh, no, we got a triangle here. Pardon me. So we're going to go, where's your A? Oh, I see it. Okay, so we're doing it this way. All right, this is pretty sexy. Look what he's doing here. A, B, C, D, E. That's pretty interesting. I think I can actually connect if I get it. Ah, fuck, get out of there. It's different. It looks technical, actually, if I pull it from here to here. Little breaks up there. A little sloppy. Looks like it's all wick, actually. So, unusual. A, B, C, D, E. Okay, let's go with it. A, B, C. This, not much question about what happened here. We can. Oh, I'm in logs, so I got to do it this way. All right, so we can do it this way. All right, right to the center at the fifth. Just to be consistent with what we were talking about before, you could look at it that way. Let's change that color. All right, so here's the break of the internal swing. Here's the break of it, and then we come down, we take out that low, right? So who buys here? Retail, we're breaking out. Okay, so coming off the low, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's not to like there? There's absolutely nothing. Oh, maybe I get a 3 into a B. Right in the pocket. Looks like he's already bought it. Oh shit, did I do that right? Let's bring it over. So he's right at that line. Yeah, he has. All right, so it looks like he's already in, I think, right? I think he's already in. Although the implication here, we're going to need a big kick here. Because if that, well, you can see it, right? If that's A, if this is the 2, this is the 1, 2, I better get a 3 here. That's not optional, right? Again, not optional, has to come. Well, let's label it. All right, so if this is going to go 1, 2, we need 3, 4, 5, right? And then we need, well, here, let's take this up. Micro, come here, let's go green. Okay, so 1, 2. All right, so I have a corner pocket here, not a golden, but I have a corner. Come here. 1, 2. Let's go original recipe. All right, that's what we're looking for, right? So ideally, you get here, so at least the algo gets its target. But you could keep going here, and you're going to get a 1618 up here. That's what you'd really hope. You get that. Now, can we get that out of this? If you did, right, so you look at it and go, huh, is that trade? I don't know. Do I want to fuck around with Zoom? Do I really want to fuck around with Zoom? Well, there's 161. Well, even right here, right, there's 8 to 1. All right, well, let's look at them all, right? So to the first target, which would be a good spot for a partial, okay, like a 3 to 1. If I'm going to get my wave 3, I'm going to get almost 8 to 1. You know, you're going to retire early on that? Probably not, but that's not a bad looking trade. 1, 2. Oh, shit. You're going to need 1, 2. Well, actually, what you're going to need is 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5 to get that 3. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of that 3, 4, 5. And you're looking to try and get that 5, or pardon me, that 3. 1, 2. All right, well, don't be surprised if the median lines hold it up for the 5. Right now, you got a pretty good looking rip there going. All right, this is all there nicely. All right, the channeling is good there. You could look at it this way. Here's the channel. Here's the break. Here's the push to get a new low. 3, 4, 5. Right. So what's not to like here? Well, only where's the heat going to come? Well, we got to at least look here. This kind of fits in. Knowing, right, if that breaks, you're going to have to go to that one. Right, so there's a lot of work left, but I'm just using what's there. You probably have to check this one first. First, can it get through that? Then can it get through that? Right? You didn't have to. That's what the software will do. Right? It'll just go back a pivot. 3, 4, 5. I mean, lots of potential there. 1, 2. Right, we already set this up right in the pocket. So so corner pocket, 80% odds. I've got a pattern here that I understand, right? It's like this has to happen, right? So it's not A, B, C. If I'm going to do an A, B, C, well, shit, let's go all the way back here. How would that fit? Well, you'd probably be, oh shit, this actually, I'm starting to like this, because if this is, fuck, what else could this be? If this is going to be a correction, right? So we have an impulse here. We have a 5 here. Disassociate from everything before it. I've got a 5. If this is going to be an internal correction of that 5, and then we're going down, Zoom is in a world of hurt. And here's their IPO price, right? This is, he's making a very solid, educated guess here. Do we really know what we've got here? It's consolidation before the sell-off. Rip, value, lack of value, imbalance. Now, can we turn that ship around? Well, it's making a good start on it. All right, guys, there we go. This one, I'd be watching that one. I like this, actually, because that's such an extreme move here. I'd be expecting that to, at the very least, challenge that pivot high. Come off of that. Right, it's going to have to, right, to get a new trend started. We need a 1. We need a 1, 2, right? Otherwise, Zoom is just going to be sideways for a long time. I don't know about you guys, but it's a whole lot of Zoom calls going on. Okay, I'm going to wrap it there, guys. Okay, I appreciate you guys hanging out. Sorry for the late start. Sorry we were a little bumpy on this one. Oh, but Mondays are like that sometimes. Okay, I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Thanks to the members for all the great content you posted. I know I had to give you guys a little kick in the ass to get us 6 or 7, but you rallied and you gave us some great content. I appreciate that. To all you guys watching and you guys watch after the fact, hope you pick up a nugget or two from it. Just to always remind you, right? Shit, half of you guys are already gone. You can always join us, right? Underneath the video, you'll see our link tree, access to our website. All right, we can remind you can always join us for free or social if you want to participate in the live streams. That's a social, right? You get everything but access to the upper belts. There's a whole lot of content in there at social membership of $49 a month. So don't be shy if you want to come in and flex your muscles a little bit and see get some feedback and maybe post up some content, some setups, and you'll be a hero. Right, to all your friends. Okay, guys, you guys have a good one. I'm going to go grab some lunch. I appreciate you guys. Really, really do. Okay, we'll catch you later.
Have a good day. Later.
All right, well, that was a bumpy start, but looks like we got through it.